Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Once again, let me welcome you to Riding Tiger with Arijit. And today I have an amazing gentleman, and he logged in while he is traveling. So, Dr. Sindhu, doctor is right now in some different part of the world. He is not at all in India. And I love that. I love people when they're traveling and when they're mixing. So he is a kind of personality who supported multiple number of startups in his life, not only giving education, which is basically just like a candle and giving light and enlightenment to the youngcomers in the market, but also giving support, knowledge, and giving support with money, with connection, with network, and helping people to grow in various different parts of the world. Welcome, Doctor, to Riding Tiger.
Thank you very much for giving such a long, like praising note for me.
Pleasure, pleasure. So, Doctor, could you please talk about your life journey? I know it's a beautiful journey that you have incurred in for last, I think, more than 2.5 decades in the entire career.
I will call it 3 decades. Let me correct you here.
Yes, 3 decades.
Well,
could you please enlighten us with your life journey, how you started your life and how you're giving back to the community?
Well, I will say it has been a very interesting travel for me throughout these years. And it is about 3 decades that I've been working and trying to learn from others as well as trying to teach others, and so that we can have a mutual connect with each other in the society. And that is the best way how you can return what you are taking from the society. So that has been my biggest challenge as well as my effort to create that connect and maintain that connect so that it can prosper and it can create a real productive ecosystem in which everyone can take the benefit of. So, of course, like anyone, I also had my student days, my college days, my university days, all very happening. And from there, we moved to settlement time where we started working and having a family and different type of jobs. So I started as a banker and I continue as a banker. When I started in India, it was manual banking. Then we got hold of digital banking, like computerized banking, and also that also I saw we had to equip ourselves, we had to change ourselves, transform ourselves rather. And now with all that, at this age, like which should be the retirement age for any public personnel, I have to fight with all the millennials to learn their activities and their nuances and to get into this fintech world. So this is very interesting part. And but I love it and I like it because I really like to interact with the youngsters and learn from them, because I do believe that every new generation is superior in brain and in their capabilities than the older one. So of course, my son will have a better brain and a more productive brain than I have. His next generation will be like that. So this is evolution. So we are seeing the evolution of technology in the same manner. Like Homo sapiens have evolved. So technology is evolving, nothing great about it. And we have to keep pace with it. And we have to learn it. Yes, we have to have that interest to go ahead with it. Because if you don't have interest, you will not like to go there. You will not like to learn. Oh, what is that? Oh, what is it? Oh, well, all these new things, they don't matter. We are with our time-tested thing. No, every time-tested thing also becomes junky. Like we become old, so we also become junky. So we have to keep on maintaining things and like transforming things so that they can do betterment for the society and do justice of their existence. That's the rule of the nature and rule of the world. So we have to follow it up.
Beautiful, beautiful. So as per my understanding goes, if you look at someone's career and the kind of versatile career that you have seen so many changes. And probably, if I'm not wrong, of course, I've got a very limited amount of experience compared to you. Like it's been around 23 years when I started my venture. But if I look back, probably 1990s, you have seen the entire growth of the total ecosystem, wherein banking was manual. And now we are watching digital banking. So a question to you, uh, how do you see the growth that's happening? And when we talk about the second question to you, when we talk about the startups and their growth and the way they are growing, uh, where do you see the level of startups with respect to probably USA and India, when we look at them from the perspective of number one, valuation, number two, growth. Growth are different. Growth and valuation is different. Would love to understand your perspective on the same.
Okay, let me start with the whole history of banking that we were following at during our times in India. Let me put it like this. Institution was more important. Individuals were not that important. Okay. So you were all the time working to safeguard and to make your institution get into profit. You did not care for the individual because your main target was how to have more business, how to have more earning for the institution so that your institution should be on the top. Now, with this change of temperament, and that change in temperament has come with the change in the technology, nature of the technology. So with this fintech, you are now moving towards individuals. The barrier between institution and individual is broken. It is seamless work now. So that's why you are putting more focus on data, control of data, privacy of data, value of data, and resultantly, you are trying to create entities and organizations which are favoring individuals. That is why you will see the financial system has also changed. Now you don't talk of net profit, gross profit. Now you talk of how many subscribers do you have? What is your customer acquisition cost? Customer acquisition cost. Customer becomes the important part here. Earlier, customer service, customer service is our religion. Those were like principles of the organization. But that was not the main, I should say, the thrust area from within. I can say that. Even I've been a banker, so I've seen how people used to behave and believe. So, like there was a joke also, people used to say that a customer means which die with a lot of anguish, kash se marna. So things like that, people used to talk in India. So to define customer. Now those things have changed. Now no one can talk in those parameters. They are talking of customers as the, even if like, what was my value yesterday? What was your value yesterday? We are the same people, but now the value which has been added on us is totally mind-boggling and totally a new dimension created by the technology. So this is how banking has evolved, and that is why banking is going to suffer until unless they remove and get rid of the elitist baggage and they come out of the shackles of the institution. If they become one of the individual playing with individuals, then only the institution will progress. That means you have to be participating in the ecosystem as one of the participants to make the ecosystem grow. So that is the whole logic, and I think that is the whole religion of present fintech is, and that is what we should adopt and do.
As I can see, as a consultant doctor to a few of the banks, I'm not going to take their names, but I can see, yeah, but I can see a lot of banks nowadays who are global banks opening up tendering system into a complete digital structure. For an example, a consumer of that particular bank, they can apply for the tender. Number one. Number two, it is becoming more and more open to the public so that people can be part of that particular banking system so that bank can grow along with the industry. Would love to understand your perspective with respect to such kind of process. And if you can probably highlight an opportunity for a newcomer in the market who wants to explore how to go for that kind of tendering process, it will be really nice and helpful.
Yeah. So as I finished my last answer, that the divide between institution and individual has blurred now. Okay, so we are all participants in the ecosystem. Now for banking, you don't have to be a banker. You don't have to have the banking license. The open system, the decentralized system model allows you to do financial transactions even without being a bank. It is, yes, if you have your own money, you were a private lender earlier. Now you can do even lending. If you have private money, there is no regulation which will guide you. But yes, if it is bank money, public money, then yes, there are regulations. And for that, you need to have the banking license. That is why you see proliferation of P2P transactions, like expanding and breaking all shackles and creating tremendous records. Because of this decentralized mindset that has come in, that we had enough of controls. Now we don't want controls, because with controls, we remained only elitists. We could not reach, we could not create the financial inclusion. We could not create the development which banks were supposed to do. Bank was supposed to be the flagship for development. Every government was depending on that, but they could not achieve that. It was very nominal, very, very nominal. So now that agenda is taken over by individuals, other entities, which we call like ecosystem partners, who are reaching to different, say, corners of globe and trying to create symmetry with the society. Those who were languishing in the society, now they become part of the society, mainland. So like we were talking of mainland, sorry, mainland and hinterlands. Now everything is becoming mainland, because people are looking for numbers, people are looking for subscribers. In the urban area is like full. People don't have expansion scope. So where will they go? Now, with the logic of this technology, the decentralized mode, the inclusion model, people are forced to go to different areas, and that's how the country is opening up. And in that, you don't need the banking license, because the technology is there to aid you. So for any startup who wants to do anything, they don't have to go to a bank, say with the central bank, to get a banking license. They can get attached to the existing bank and promote their product. Now, earlier, banks were very finicky in collaborating with any individual or any other outside organization. But now with fintech, they have realized that they have remained in a ghetto. They could not adopt that technology. So they have to go to others to get that technology. And now they are trying to patronize them as the real benefactor. Oh, see, this is what we are doing. Earlier also, those people were there. You could have promoted them, but you never promoted. Now you see that you are becoming redundant. So that redundancy factor has spurred them to take into account all these individuals and adopt them with open arms that, oh, yes, we are so liberal. We are trying to encourage startups and do this and that. So in a nutshell, the concept of decentralization, concept of open banking. Now there are multiple financial institutions, financial partners who can provide you services. You don't have to depend on any bank for that. And they are much faster, easier, simple, less expensive, and less time taking. So those are the benefits that is taking people to them.
Doctor, I would love to, in this respect, I would love to understand your perspective mainly on the crypto market, because when we talk about the decentralized system giving empowerment, I was taking and talking to a couple of stalwarts in the market, And of course, I have amount of experience working with the blockchain technology and helping companies, or rather, I would say newcomers, new banks to go digital. So when we talk about digital bank, that's one concept. When we talk about a decentralized system, which is properly not at all adopted by the present banking system, we are talking about completely on cryptocurrency. A lot of new coins coming in the market, crypto mining is happening. A lot of old coins are there in the market. They have their own values. People are banging on it. Your comments on that and your probably expert opinion regarding the same.
See, as I will humbly admit, I'm not a tech guy, but I am basically a banker. But I have great eyesight for application of the technology, and I am only for application of the technology. If technology cannot go to the fields to create any betterment for those people, then that technology is useless. Now, coming to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, I have to add Bitcoin because that was the source. All respect, all regard to technology, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, everything. But are they going to do real benefit to the agricultural field? That is what we have to see. If we can take them, and if the agriculturists plying their field, if they can mint Bitcoin there, I will be very happy. Super. If they are not able to mint Bitcoin there, and if they have to depend on power, when they cannot even have power for 10 minutes to read a newspaper, how can they mine the Bitcoin? So I will not like to adopt it in that way. So this is how the tussle keeps within my mind, that technology is good. I respect them, what they have brought, because after certain years, number of years, everything starts rotting. So you have to have new things. So it is very good that these new technologies have come. We were sleeping, we have been now woken up, and everyone is trying to move and work and trying, and you can see the result. There are so many new things exploding every day. You are coming up, as you talked of, so many new currencies and tokens, everything people are creating. So like we were talking of CBDC, now CBDC secured coin is also coming. So like mind-boggling, because there is no end to imagination. And when you have a decentralized model where you can keep on using your mind and brain and keep on creating things, you are the creator, you are the experimenter, you are the validator, and then you go to the ecosystem to further validate it. Nothing better than that.
Beautiful.
So for me,
agree. So a takeaway is actually, if you are into the technology actually should be for the humanity, for the betterment, rather than only talking about the glory and all the fascinating stuffs. And completely agree on that. Completely appreciate.
Exactly. See what has happened in this technology. Let me give you a couple of examples. Like there are some payment gateways. I will not like to name them again. Payment gateways and all this in different parts of the world. What is the rate of interest they are charging? They are charging more than banks because they have for the first time reached those areas where banks were not there. Now those banks, when they see, oh, something has come, let us try to use them. So they have open market and open area where they can play any game. So that is how they are playing. So what has become now the present flavor? All the big investors, they are putting in money in all these fintech and flying profit for themselves. So it is again another example of personal profiteering, because it is all those things. You name how many cryptocurrencies have gone to the application of rural development. Nothing. You cannot take any name. Yes, for urban areas, all are jockeying for that and all are fighting for that. Remittances, you see so many, there are programs and so many platforms which they are doing all these transfers, the different corridors, country corridors where they are developing it. Very good. But again, those are the main sectors wherein you can earn money. So people are focusing on that. So those are the things which are again making the technology elitist. And now when it is saturated, people are trying to go to rural areas. But again, whether you see microcredit, what happened in India? Microcredit, the rate of interest was so high, it started going bad and RBI had to intervene. So those are the things which I'm talking of. If we have that technology, if we can do good, let us try to keep it at 10% for rural lending. When those poor farmers cannot repay the loan given by government at 7%, 6%, how do you think they can deliver the goods? And so it has to go back. So again, it is case of private profiteering. This is what, so we are substituting the traditional landlords by technical landlords. That is the terminology I use generally. So, well, I am slightly hard on all these terms, but we have to really take into consideration, and then only we can make a change, a definite change, which is required. And then only that technology will be helpful for us.
Totally in line with your thoughts. And this actually comes from sheer great experience that you have. Doctor, would love to understand, we have a lot of audience. I was just watching few of the replies in the live talk show, which is happening. I'm glad that people are awake from India. Somebody commented from UK, so that's a good time for the GMT zone at the moment. Well, a small question from someone. She's probably working in UK in a technology industry, asking a very specific question to you, that to give a guidance how to have a mature career in life. A lot of us who start their career probably from India want to explore the world and then move to a different part of the world and then probably continue the job market, but don't get our exposure properly. So probably her question is directed to that, how to get a mature career in life, if you can help on that.
Best is, see, technology is removing all the barriers, and we talk of seamless transaction. So don't think of going here and there. Wherever you are good enough. So try to work out things from that place. World is now fully wired. World is fully wired. So you don't have to go anywhere for doing anything. You can do everything at the click of your mouse. So let us concentrate on that how you can be utilized and how you can be more useful wherever you are. Place is no more a consideration. This is what I feel. People used to travel. Now you see, even offices are redundant. Work from home is the concept. Even colleges, universities are redundant. Zoom classes are happening. So I don't think there should be any disturbing thoughts about how to move out of your country. Wherever you are good enough. Just try to get into this slot. And for that, my only suggestion is try to acquire as much knowledge as you can, because knowledge is the main determinant of your personality, of your career, of your life. Everything will fail, but your knowledge will never fail you. Of course. So just go ahead with that.
Of course. In this regard, I would love to ask you a question. Of course, from the perspective of probably our experienced teacher and guide and mentor. What do you prefer if we take skill versus knowledge and experience? What should be someone's step? Is it skill first, knowledge then, experience later, or is it knowledge first, experience then, and probably by virtue of this they become more skilled? What's your take?
See, there cannot be like unilinear answer for this, because there are some people who have got gift. So they have skill right from their birth. So when they mature, even without studying, you can see people, a child of 10 years taking graduation examination, such high intellect level, intelligence quotient. So if I say that, okay, acquisition of knowledge should be number one, because with knowledge and your thinking capacity and the personality that you get, you can create your skill sets, and then you can have the experience of all your learning and your action via your skills. This is how generally people will like to put it, even I will like to put it, that first theory, then action, and that's how you get your experience and all that. But there are freaks also, in which everything is topsy-turvy. Some people, they remember their previous birth, so they come with automatic experience. So they can give you so many ideas that, okay, so there was one, I think there was some case that he was some literator in his last birth, and he started writing fluently at a very early stage in life. So now that experience of previous birth is giving him the dividend. So similarly, I give you the example of 10-year child taking the graduation examination. So that knowledge is already earned. So freaks are there, but still I will put it, let us first acquire knowledge. When you try to develop skills, that gives you a different experience altogether. So that is how the sequence will go. 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful, beautiful. So any small session for rest of the world, because I can see that the graph is actually increasing as per the analytics. And of course, being a techie, I always check all these kind of things that's happening. So any last minute words, which is like a tips to the audience, then we'll go for a rapid fire questionnaire, which is basically a straightforward question to you, and you don't have time to think, and you need to give
right. Okay, see, I am working in India. I'm also working in Africa, working in Latin America, and mine are all applications using different technology to provide the development and growth of any country or any special region. And especially I'm working in developing countries, because for me, the logic of development and the theory of development, that trickle-down theory, reform from top, all those have failed. The system of cash, giving cash benefit to poor, like subsidy, grants, all those things, again, they could not do good, because everyone has some personal requirement and personal need that cash is transferred, diverted to that side. So again, it is not fully applied to the work. So my theory of development, on which I have developed the whole platform, is reform from below. So if you push the main base of the pyramid upwards, you are creating more middle classes, and middle classes are the real class, which is going to create the development for the country. So, and if you have a composite development mechanism, whereas banking is the flagship, all the agriculture, MSME, everything can be roped in. And like I will give you one example. I don't want to be very, very long, but in my scheme of platform, I have MSME getting connected to overseas MSMEs and doing export, but not a barter one, like rupee trade and all that. It is you send, get forex from there, they send, they get forex from India, like that, so that both the MSMEs can earn forex, foreign currency for their trade. That will give them status that these are forex earning entities, and you are creating industrial base in the rural areas. Now, when industrial base is created, that will create further capital, and that capital will revolve in rural economy. And that will create a momentum of development which is missing because of this thing. So this concept of uh, encouraging MSMEs to export and all. Government came out with one scheme, Ubharte Sitare, in which they tried to create the fund corpus for promoting export from MSMEs. So that is very much part of my platform. For the last 2 years. I'm like announcing it, and I was giving lectures to MSME groups and telling them that this is how you need to do. And I did connect that, create that connect. And very soon the trade will start. So it is all intuitive also. And if you start thinking in that particular direction, how to create development with technology, it becomes very easy.
Super.
And that has a real active image. Otherwise, everything is imaginary in books.
Super. So we'll now go for the rapid fire round. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Founder or co-founder?
Founder.
Unicorn or 4-year 10x exit?
Unicorn.
Super. So, a board seat or an observer?
Excuse me?
Board seat. Sitting in a board or just an observer?
No, sitting in a board.
What's your favorite part in investing? Like, what exactly is your sweet spot?
Well, I'm one of the workers with my other workers. So I'm working with them.
Great. So if I ask you another question, like when you are sitting alone in a park and on a bench, whom would you like to sit with?
I write poems.
So if you look back, probably if you look back around 35 years back or 40 years back in your, maybe in your childhood, in your school days or college days, what exactly you want to tell your younger self?
Well, park and bench, and if you think like that, then in like as a young student, maybe some infatuation of some miss, then if you grow further, then of course some girlfriend, then after wedding, new wife, so wife is there, so that is another new partner for you. Like that you can spend your time. But at this age, I think everything, all relationship
Let me reframe my question. Let me reframe my question. If you, in your age now, if you look at your younger age, 40 years back, younger age,
right.
What do you want to tell to your younger age from your experience that you have gathered? Is it something you want to give some tips, or you want to ask the younger doctor that, okay, fine, you should do this and shouldn't do this? Do you have such kind of mindset?
Yeah, I will tell them that be more interested in technology and keep a tab on technology.
Super, amazing. Okay, so some 2-3 personal question. What is your favorite sports team?
Sports team, of course, Indian team, cricket team.
Cricket team. Okay, so you're an avid cricket lover. Great.
Yeah.
Any favorite movie, and within that movie, do you want to play the character of someone?
Well, I think Anand was beautiful, and a couple of more Amitabh Bachchan, Rajesh Khanna movies. So I will like to be one of the protagonists in the movies if I get a chance.
Great. And the last question, what is your favorite book?
My own book of poems. I'm a conceited person.
Super, super. I'm actually talking to a great person. For all the audience, honestly speaking, I've been taking a lot of interview of a lot of personalities. I'm totally in love with what Dr. Sindhu is sharing. And it's been a pleasure and honor to have you into my new talk show. I think we covered around, I think 30 plus interviews till date. It is there live, it is there in recording. So feel free to watch us, feel free to comment, feel free to connect with Doctor. He's a gem of a person, let me tell it from my core of my heart. And thank you so much once again, Doctor, to come and then share and share all your expertise and your knowledge and the insights that you have with the entire world. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And I invite anyone to connect with me for anything. I'm always open. And so many people keep on contacting me. So I'm not averse to that. As a matter of fact, I don't even stress on having appointment with me because I hate that culture. If you have my number, you can give me a call anytime. If I'm busy, I'll call you back as soon as I'm free. So please feel free to connect with me. No problem. Thank you very much and have a nice time.
That's what we call as a proper person who have got enormous number of knowledge. And for all of you who are watching, who are probably will be watching in future, this humbleness actually creates great personality.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.